I love those two scriptures. I always have. They became more meaningful. I'm trying to think how many years ago. When my husband retired from the Forest Service, and we had moved to 14 acres in Ridgefield, and he decided he was going to keep sheep in his retirement. To be very honest, it isn't much of a retirement, keeping sheep. But he did. And a phrase I heard frequently was, "I've got to go feed the sheep." They had pasture, but pasture wasn't enough. They needed grain in their bucket. And the 23rd Psalm is a psalm I think most of us have known since Sunday school, Vacation Bible School. When I was a kid, I thought that that was the essence of the good life with God. We all lived in that green pasture. It wasn't until I got older that I realized, hey, we don't all live in the green pasture. And as I got even older, I realized it's up to us to make sure that everybody gets to live in the green pasture. It's our responsibility. This past few weeks, the responsibility has been very, very evident. The news has been filled with the horror of the earthquake in Syria and Turkey. It reached the point where I didn't turn on the news, and I'm kind of a news junkie. I didn't turn it on because I didn't want to see any more of it. To date, I believe there are 33,000 people declared dead. 33,000. It's too large for us to understand that number. Let's assume that our sanctuary here would hold 300 chairs. That would mean that we would need over 1,000 sanctuaries just to hold those people if they were alive. 33,000 people. Battleground has an official population of 21,000. Ridgefield has an official population of between 10 and 12,000. So Battleground and Ridgefield, take all those people together, that's how many have been lost in that earthquake. It's unfathomable. We can't understand it. That country will be filled with horror. Those countries will be filled with horror and sorrow for generations to come. Feed my sheep. The Russia-Ukrainian war, so far there have been 200,000 military casualties on both sides. 200,000. And almost 7,200 civilian casualties. It would take 640 of our sanctuaries laid out for them all to have a seat in. It's unfathomable. Recovery will be difficult in both of these cases. Almost impossible. Feed my sheep. Real simple. Feed my sheep. And I don't believe Jesus was meaning give them food, although that's part of it. Give them what they need. Help them. There are many agencies who are sending aid to both of these situations. The one I will highlight is UMCOR, the United Methodist Committee on Relief. One of the nice things about UMCOR is that we know that 100% of what we give goes directly to the area of need, is not used in overhead. There are other good organizations, Mercy Corps, Doctors Without Borders, but UMCOR is the one that our United Methodist Church supports. There happen to be envelopes for a donation to UMCOR on the back table that you can pick up. You can go online and read about them. That's one way to help. Another nice thing about UMCOR is they're already there. They were there for the war in Syria and the refugees out of Syria, so they've got a system going there. Feed my sheep. Those are foreign needs. Let's talk about the U.S. a little bit. Poverty in the U.S. is measured as less than $14,000 a year. 11.6% of the American people live at or below the poverty level. That's almost 38 million people living in poverty in the U.S. The very lower ends, we see them. We see them on the streets. We see them in the tents along the freeway. We see them standing by the exit to Fred Meyer's. Feed my people, feed my sheep. Battleground is working hard to support the Clark County Food Bank, the homeless youth in Battleground schools, Family Promise, and the bags that we collect for the street people, and as well as the working with the Lutheran Refugee Resettlement Group. But we can do more. Feed my sheep. It's interesting. Your worship committee has a sense of humor because they gave me Super Bowl Sunday to talk. Okay, guys. This is Super Bowl Sunday. Tickets to the Super Bowl game, the prices begin at $3,163, with the average being $6,843. The most expensive are $30,000 a seat. Those are near the field. A private Super Bowl suite goes from $200,000 to $2 million. There are extra dollars in the United States. We get to choose how we spend them. Feed my sheep. There's enough for everybody. Last week we had the Grammy Awards on TV, where the music industry distributed awards for the best of the year, as they saw it. Everyone who performed or made a presentation received a gift bag worth $60,000. Included in this gift bag was a gift card from Art Lipo Plastic Surgery, a Bugaboo Fox stroller, I don't know what that is, and a robot dog. Those are just some of the things. There are extra dollars in the United States. Feed my sheep. It's a simple enough lesson. We all can do more. I can do more. Sheep are everywhere. The needs of sheep are not just the physical needs for food and clothing. Some people need a smile. Some people need encouragement. Some people need an ear to listen. We can all do something. But I believe we can all give more. It is my prayer that we do. I'll repeat again. As I grew up, I learned that all sheep are not as well cared for as other sheep. And God wants me and all those who are well cared for to help the less fortunate. We can all be shepherds and feed the sheep.